What's up, everybody? I'm doing a cleaning of my gravity-fed auto watering system for my rodents, and I figured I'd take you guys along and show you what I'm doing. So right here I got just white distilled vinegar, and this is my bucket. It's got the quick disconnect bulkhead from Reptile Basics on it, and I have it filled up with, not filled up, just a little bit in there, just enough to fill up the system of 50-50, half white distilled vinegar, half water. Or I'm going to connect this thing to the rack now, and I'll meet you back there. Alright, I got the bucket on top of the rack. I was lucky enough, I built the other rack, and so all the rats are in the other rack, and so I'm able to pull this rack outside and give it a good cleaning before I mess with it. I'm going to add a couple more racks to this one. So the awesome thing about the quick disconnect fitting from Reptile Basics is there's water in this bucket, it's not coming out, and you just stick this thing in here and quarter turn, and it's plugged in there good. So now we got the 50-50 vinegar water into the system. We're gonna follow it down here to the bottom, and I have quick disconnects, or quick disconnect drain valves. And what we're gonna do there, if I can do it one-handed, is just quarter turn, pull them off. And we just want to get this vinegar down here to the bottom, just like that. Make sure it's filling up the whole system. And then right after that, we're going to go around to every watering nozzle and just hold them with our finger until we get some vinegar water coming out of them. And then I'm just going to let that sit in the system for about 15 minutes or half an hour just to give the system a good soak. And then we'll meet you back after that's done. And this is very important to do. I do mine every 6 months. It prevents buildup in the lines that could possibly make your rats sick, or my main concern is buildup clogging the nipples. So the rats will either, one, won't be able to get water and dehydrate, or two, the nipples will get stuck because there'll be junk in them and it'll flood your rat tubs. So right now I have let it sit for half an hour with the half vinegar, half water in there. And then I washed out the bucket really well and filled it up with just plain water. And I'm just flushing out. I got a drain valve on each side here. And I am just flushing out. I have both of them open. I'm running a bucket just straight through the main lines. And what I'm gonna do after this, because I have a temporary water system on my other rack and there's no rats in here, I have the time to do it now. I'm gonna remove all these nipples and soak them in some vinegar water as well. Just make sure everything is in pristine condition, back to brand new, so I won't have any issues with this rack at all. And that is my main goal, is to make sure I don't have any issues, problems, dead rats, anything like that. So I keep my stuff clean. It's preventative maintenance. And so after this bucket runs through, we're going to take off all the nipples and we're going to make sure that water runs through each one of these really well. And we're going to just flush all this stuff out because we don't want vinegar water in there when we put the rats back in, because that wouldn't be good. Alright, so I've ran a bunch of water through all the hoses of the rack and got that nice and cleaned out. There's no more vinegar water in any of the hoses in that rack. I took all these nozzles apart, completely apart, and I soaked them in half vinegar, half water solution, and mixed them around and soaked them for about half an hour, and then rinse them off really, really good with water so they don't have any more vinegar on them. And there was some gunk and stuff floating around in here, so it was really good that I took them apart and cleaned them. So all I have to do is put these all back together and put them back on the hoses on the rack. And I am much more confident now that I'm not going to have any issues with my gravity-fed watering system for my rodents. Remember, guys, to keep your rodents happy, healthy, and safe. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.